What's up guys, Axis here with my first intro tutorial, and today I'm just going to be doing the kind of basics of an intro with Cinema 4D, and I'm going to be trying to do this kind of style of intro. This is one of my first intros that I really liked. I got a really good response on it. A lot of people wanted me to do a tutorial on this one, so I thought I might as well give it a go. So we're going to learn how to keyframe like this impact here, and also the text there coming in. So let's get started. First, what you're going to want to do is open up your Lightroom. I'll provide a link for this one in the description if you don't have one, and then open up a logo. So I'm going to open up their logo. If you get a logo, they'll probably come in a illustrated format, which is .ai. If you didn't know that. So what you do is you have more than one piece in your logo. Highlight both of them, right click and go into connect objects and delete, and then hold alt, click here and then go into extrude NURBS, which will put your path inside the NURBS. And then do Control C, go into window, go into your Lightroom, paste it, and then just bring this forward like this. And then go and do a quick setup. So go and change this to 30. You're in object, and then what you're going to do is do Control C, Control V to duplicate it, and then just change camera a bit so you can see the side, and then get the Z axis, and then try and line it up like this, so they just meet like that. And then get both of these, and then do Control C, Control V to duplicate them again, and then change both of them when they're both still highlighted to, in caps, go to fillet, change the radius to 1 on both, and as you can see that's creating an outline on the text, the logo. And then go into object, and then go into the front one first, and just move that forward. And then once you've done that, what I did was I moved this to, in fact no, you can keep it there, that looks good. And then do the same with your other one. Go into object and then bring this down like so, and just mess about with that a bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to create a quick material, so I'll just delete all these so we can kind of start from scratch. So to create a material, just double click in that space, double click on the material, and then I'm just going to create a quick blue material here. So that's a good one, and then that might change it a bit. Then right click on the thumbnail, go to Object Soft Shadow, and then add a reflection. Change that to like 2 or something. You could even add a glow if you wanted, so make it quite small though, so like do 10 if you wanted, do something like that. Just adds a little bit of a glow to it, and then go into luminance, and then just bring this all the way down to about 4. That looks good for me, but just mess about with it until it looks good for you, and then just drag these onto the fillets that you just did, the kind of outline parts. As you can see, looks really good. And if you wanted to texture the logo, what you can do is, I'll provide a link for these materials in the description, but I will probably use a lava material from here. So let's see, don't know exactly what one I used, but I will probably just, so I don't have to look around, I'll just use this one, what's purple lava. And just put these on it. So if you put that one on, change the projection to cubic, and then check the box that says seamless, and then hold control and then drag this down onto your other one. And since this is a different color, it's kind of a pinky color, change whatever the outline material is to that. So just do like a pink. Oh, oops. Change the color, not luminance. There we go. So you just do that. Maybe make it a purpley. It's more of a purple color, I'd say. Yeah. It's gonna look pink. And then just do a little render preview, just to make sure it looks good. So that looks good. It's kind of like a spacey material, I guess. And then just go back to your kind of original view here, so it's facing front on. And then in your timeline, it should, on your Cinema 4D, it will automatically be on frames. So as you can see, I'm on seconds. So if you want to change that, go into preferences, units, and then change the animation unit to seconds, just if you were wondering. And then go to, I don't know, when did this animation kind of happen? It's quite a fast animation, so came in about 1.5 seconds, I'd say. So like 1 second, we'll just go from there. Something like 1.2 seconds. And then grab all these, and then what you're going to want to do is put the materials, like the fillet, into the right group. So as you can see, this one is this one. So just highlight both of these, and then do Alt G to group them, and then do the same with the other two. And then if you can't, if you're kind of confused, just rename them by double clicking. So that's the front one, that's the back one, and then now we're going to get started with the keyframing. So here we'll just keyframe both of these. So click this, and then click the keyframe. That will just that's just the standard position there that we had originally. And then what you can do is you can move this all the way back to 0. And then what you should do is you should like push the front one out, like so. And then just move the camera out just to so you can see better. And then kind of like rotate this a bit, like that. And then go ahead and repeat the process with the next one. So just move that out of the scene. Rotate it, just make it random, and then just keyframe again. And then if you move it back to the middle, you can see these come in like that. I think in the original, yeah, they hit, and then just a couple seconds later they span round like that. So yeah, what you can do now is obviously spin it. So you can, if you want it to be a lot easier, what you can do is you can highlight both of those and put them in a group. So as you can see, that's created a group to go over both those. And then you can just keyframe this from 1.2 seconds. So there, you can just keyframe that. In fact, it might go over a couple of seconds because there was a pause and then it went. So about 1.5. I'll just make it there, and then just keyframe that there. And then over, I think it was like 1 second, it span about twice. So you can have it like there, 1, and then 2, and I made it go a bit past the front point there. So as you can see, it should now spin. And then over like the next to about 3.2, do that, and then get the rotation, and then bring it back to the center like that, and you'll have a really nice animation. Just like that. Maybe make it a bit longer, so you can drag the keyframes out like that. As you can see, they fly in, hit. In fact, during that time it kind of looks weird because it's just still. So you could make them just before that. Spin a little bit past that point. Keyframe it, just so there's always movement happening. So it's like that. Comes in, spins up. I'll just delete that. Yeah, that was good. In fact, go back to this keyframe here, and then just make these spin out a bit. Don't know if that'll work. You can just try it. And then just bring this back to the center with both those selected like that. So as you can see, it's quite a nice animation. Comes back to the center, and then we can just do the text now. So go into MoGraph, MoText, and then uncheck this just so you don't have any random keyframes, and then change the text to whatever you want. So I'll just change this to Dare, obviously, because this is the Dare logo. Just bring this in front of your text, scale it, and then you can change your font. So I don't know, just choose a nice clear font. You could use that one there, that's a nice font. It's called Venus Rising. So just type that in on Google and you should find it. You can mess about with the horizontal spacing and everything. Maybe even do like a fillet cap on it in the cap section. Change both of them to 1. And then you can add your you can add this material here. So I'll just render a small portion of it. So as you can see, that looks pretty good. And then just grab the text and then go into MoGraph Effector Random, which will randomize the position of the text. Go into Parameter and just change this out. Just make it all crazy. Changing the rotation is probably the best look for it. So change the scale to you can put it on uniform scale, so you don't have to mess around with scaling the XY and everything. So as you can see, if you go into Effector, you can all letters come in like that. So to keyframe this, I'd recommend like having the text fly in. So find where the last keyframe was. You could have it like flying in. I don't know where I did it for this one. It's like just before it stopped moving. So I'll have it like starting here. In fact, we should keyframe the position first here. So I'll just do it one after the keyframe from the object. So on the MoText, I'll do the keyframe thing again, and then also do the same on the random. But what you can do is you can control click onto the strength like that, and that'll create a keyframe too, just for that, and not for all of the other stuff like the parameter. So you can just change that freely, and then go back to where you want it to start flying in. And then first I'm going to change the random up to 100, like that. I'll just keyframe that again. As you can see, it comes in. You don't even have to do the position. It actually looks quite good like that, but obviously it's not supposed to be there for the whole time, so I'll just have it keyframing in. So from here, just go into coordinates, and then bring the Z position back. Just make it so it's just in front of the camera, I mean just behind the camera. Like that. And then as you can see, text flies in, and that's basically your intro for Cinema 4D. So if you just look at that, looks pretty good. If the lighting looks kind of dark on it, so if you want, you could just go and look at the lights. So if on this Lightroom, they're automatically off before the render. So as you can see, the light is quite far forward and you can't really see it. So go into lights, and on the back one, just go into coordinates, and then move the position back, and then move it down. Make sure the keyframes aren't happening though, because you don't want the light to be just moving around randomly. So as you can see, the light is on it now. You don't want it to be too harsh though, otherwise it might look a bit weird. And just bring the camera back down, and then also make sure that's off. So just double click on it, and then that will make sure that the lights can't be seen in the before it's rendered, which speeds up your Cinema 4D quite a bit. So if we render it now, it's actually quite bright. Yeah, looks good. So that looks really good right now. So if you want, you can get this ready to render, but I just need to move the camera forward a bit. In fact, the camera's quite far forward, so if you want to adjust the keyframe, go into MoText and just go to the original one and then move it back, and then click the keyframe again so it saves, and then you should have your keyframes reset. And then on here, forever, this is basically just how long you can see in the timeline, or how long you want your intro to be. So I could set it to 6 seconds, and then it's only showing 4 right now, but if you drag it out you can see all the frames there. So also on this Lightroom, it's set up for rendering stills. So when you click on render settings here, you can go and I'm going to change it to 1280 by 720, but if you have a really good computer, you can keep it at 1920. It's just I found that rendering in 720 renders a lot faster than 1080. So yeah, that's basically a tip for speeding up your renders a bit. And then frame range, go to manual, and then change it to 6 seconds, or however long you want your intro to be. Save it. Make sure you save it, otherwise in a part on your computer, because this will save in somewhere that doesn't exist on your computer, because I set it to my own location. So you can just do I think I have a tutorial folder. There we go. Oops. and then just save it in there. What you're going to want to do though is create a separate folder. So in After Effects you can do import and then select the second frame like that. So but if you don't want to have it as an image sequence, what you can do is change it to a QuickTime movie there. They normally work the best. AVI is a really big file, so I wouldn't recommend using that. So yeah, that's basically how to make a really nice simple intro. Impact, and then you can take that into After Effects, do color correction, like the impact and everything. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and comment. And just suggest some new tutorial ideas below, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching.